Welcome all. God has sent someone very special in my life. He's a great mind. He has been helping me and my students, and I wanted you all to be benefited by his stories, his ideas, his experiences. So here we are. The person sitting next to me in the red robes is that very special person whom God has sent in my life, who has been helping me and my students. So we'll be talking to him. We'll know his stories, his experiences, and his ideas. And I'm sure they're going to be enlightening. So welcome.
Namaste and welcome to the Divine Play.
So these students who are watching us, they're preparing for some of the other exam. Most of them are preparing for government job exams. So they are at an age where they are full of fears, worries, insecurities. Sometimes they get motivated. Most of the time they are under pressure, in stress, and they have expectations. So what is the suggestion? Like, what stories do you have for these people?
So the sannyasis that are on the spiritual path, they say to renounce everything. The first step though, if you want to create that connection to God, renounce all fears and worries. When you renounce all fears and worries by developing faith, then all the problems will go away in life. You have to create that faith in life, develop that faith in God. And if you see this magic of faith, you'll see great things will be happening in your life. As long as we're attached to fear, we're going to not move in the right direction. We're not going to take the opportunities that God gives us as long as we're holding on to fear. But when we're in faith, then there's more opportunities to take and to grab. And God gives us gifts at times. And these gifts that God gives us, if we just fully surrender and take it in without any hesitation, without any fear, then we'll see great fruits come as the result. So it's important to renounce all fears and worries by developing faith in God.
So they must have faith in God. Right. And they should also have faith in their sincere work.
Yes. If you have faith in God, you can pray to God and you can manifest the devas, devis outside of yourself. But this experience isn't going to last forever. It's going to come and it's going to go. So you should also have faith in yourself. Faith in yourself, faith in Guru, and faith in God. Guru is in all things. In the beginning we come to this world, Guru is mother, Guru is father. Then as we mature, Guru, we can see Guru in all things because there's learning lessons all throughout life. But we have to use buddhi, we have to use intellect in order to see the learning lessons. We can't just take everything in and believe everything to be true because many minds are confused. But there's a learning lesson even in this. So Guru is in all things. But to see the learning lesson, we have to use buddhi, we have to use intellect. People want things easy, people don't want to do the hard work, and therefore if you don't do hard work, you're not going to see great results. If you want the great results of learning the life lessons, we have to look deeper. Don't just take everything as the word of God.
Right. So I don't want to ask you questions. You just keep speaking whatever you feel it's important for them, which they should listen to.
Life is such a beautiful thing, but we come to this world, we come as a baby, we get spanked as a baby, baby stops crying, we come to this world and we become unhappy because of all this suffering that this body has to go through. Body has to go through pain. But we have to learn to take a step back from body. Everything, all the problems originate from the mind. So the solution is also in the mind. So we have to do work on the mind. Because what we do, how we arrange this mind, we take this mind with us to our next birth. So if we really care about our future, we will start to investigate this mind and start to do the real work, which is on the mind. And by experimenting, by being your own scientist and experimenting with new things, you'll see what works, what doesn't work. And it all goes back to what all the saints of all religions they have said. Become humble, become grateful. And gratefulness is the gateway to God. When you become grateful, it's the best medicine to prevent you from becoming hateful in life. You never fall when you're grateful, as long as we're always in that grateful mentality. So being grateful, we rise and we connect to that source that's always at its highest, that's always at its peak, that's always at Mount Kailash. So these qualities we come as a child. We have peace, we have joy. If we see another child hungry, we'll give some of our food. All these positive divine qualities are in the human being. But as we have ego and we start to learn from society, we start to learn the wrong things, then we start to create clouds, and these clouds block us from experiencing these divine qualities. So we come to this earth, we experience great things, but as we leave this earth, we experience the worst. So when we come to this life, if we don't start walking a spiritual path, then things will only go downhill from birth to death. When we start to live consciously, do actions consciously rather than habitually, then we move forward. As long as we're moving forward, then our experience of life improves more and more every day. We wear these lenses of greed, these lenses of fear. And if you see life only through a yellow lens, everything appears yellow. But we're not just wearing one lens, we're wearing so many lenses. And so everything gets foggy, everything gets cloudy, and we're not able to see the light. We're not able to see the beauty in life. Life seems messy, life seems ugly, because we're wearing all these lenses. We have to take off all these lenses, detach from all these lenses. It takes a lot of hard work to earn something, but to throw something away is very easy. Just when you're ready to let something go, then you'll throw it away. So detachment is a very easy thing. Just have to let it go. Working for things, gaining things takes a lot of work, takes a lot of effort. But letting something go is very simple, very easy. But because we think more is better, then we just take more. And now mind is full, and when mind is full, then we have so much tension. What to do? We think more is better, but we're experiencing more tension. More tension is not better, right?
Yeah.
But
That's true.
this is what we see in life. So we have to learn to let go of the things which are not beneficial for us. Hold on to the light, but let go of the clouds. When we see that something is not beneficial, let go of it. In the jungle, if the animals don't have fear, they're going to be eaten by the tiger, so they need fear. Fear is very beneficial for the animal. If it doesn't have fear, the tiger is going to eat it, and all the animals are going to disappear soon. But we're here as a human. We have buddhi, we have this intellect, and therefore we have police stations, we have medical emergency services. We don't need fear. All we need is trust in God, faith and trust in God. And when we have faith and trust in God, then we'll see the miracles are happening. God wants to give you everything. God wants to serve you. But if you just want to get, you want to receive without giving anything, then it's not going to happen. The universe doesn't work in this way. The law of karma is you get back what you give. So the same thing with God also. You have to give in order to receive. So
may, like, stop you and ask you a question?
Sure.
So, what should we give?
Many people will go to the guru, go to the saint. They give laddu, they give money. Why? Because they think this has value. The most important thing to give is yourself. Give your love, give your mind, give your life, give your energy. And if you surrender this, then you'll see magic will start happening in life. But we cannot give up something that we're attached to. We want it all for ourselves. So this is why it's important to get rid of greed, detach from greed, be able to let go, surrender. And when we let go of these small things, great things can come into our life as a result. And God is ready to fulfill all your wishes, all your desires He's ready to fulfill. But everything has to come at the right time. You're not going to be given everything overnight. When you're ready for it, it will be given to you. God's ready to fulfill all your wishes, all your desires. We don't need to chase after things in order to get things. All we have to do is surrender to God, have pure heart, have pure intentions, and things will be given to us at the right time. And we'll see when we go with this divine flow, then there's no tension. Everything is perfect. Everything is beautiful. But as long as we're chasing after things, as long as we're trying to make things happen in life, it never works. We just waste our time, waste our energy. It's only when we sit back we will see the greatest things in our life, they've happened to us when we had no expectation of getting them. So get rid of expectations by accepting. The opposite of expecting is accepting. So just accept everything. Be grateful. When you're grateful, then naturally you accept everything, right?
Yeah.
So accept everything. But if someone comes to stab you with a knife, accept it. Love and accept it. But you have to fight back. You have to use buddhi. You have to use intellect. It doesn't mean you have to fight with anger. Love and accept it. But also do your duty. Do what you see as proper in each situation. So love and accept, but also take proper action. In every situation, there's a different kind of action. If you see someone crying and you start laughing, they're going to cry even more. It's not a good thing to do. In life, there is no good or bad, but for every situation, depending on your intention, depending on your karmas, there's a right and wrong in every situation in life. If we have beliefs of what's right and what's wrong in every situation, we're going to keep doing the same thing. And life just becomes black and white. Life becomes dull and boring. And the older we get, the more miserable we become.
So you said one thing, like if you are chasing after something, like you won't get it. Only if you detach yourself from your expectation will you be able to get it. So like these students are chasing after a job. They want it. They badly want it. So they're chasing after this job.
So when we're chasing after things, generally they're running faster than we're running towards them. That's what it seems like. But if we have a very strong energy, then we can forcefully get things in life. But when we forcefully get things in life, it's always not what we want. So we have to learn to be patient and learn to surrender all expectations to God. And we will see the magic will happen in life. God is ready for the magic to happen. But are we going to initiate the magic to happen? Are we ready for the magic to happen?
You know, I have realized one thing. Should I tell this? Everybody is acting as per his or her own understanding of life, as per his own philosophy, as per his own plans, as per his own judgment. So it's very difficult sometimes to teach people, to tell them what is the right thing. there are many people out there who don't believe in spiritual seeking. Everybody is acting as per his own understanding and judgment of things. So you'll find a lot of people who don't uh, like who don't see spiritual seeking is something as an ideal or something which should be done. So what do you say to these people?
Well, when I was younger, I had no beliefs. I didn't believe in God. I didn't believe anything. But I was always seeking more out of life. So you don't have to be a spiritual seeker. You don't have to believe in God. You don't have to seek any kind of certain thing, but just seek the experience of more than what you're experiencing now. That's all you have to do. Otherwise, if we don't have any kind of seeking, then things will happen spontaneously through other people's sankalp, through other people's will. But if we're not using our sankalp, we're very rarely going to get what we want. So we should be seeking, be open. Don't have belief of right or wrong. I never believed in God, but I also never disbelieved in God. And so that allowed the experience to come where I realized that something beyond body, beyond mind does exist. And since that experience, I began to seek, what is that? All religions say that this God exists, right? So I began to think, what is this God? All religions say there's one God. So what is this God? And after seeking this, then eventually I heard about one avatar. And I said, this is what I want to do in life. I want to become a yogi. So seek the experience of more in life. You don't have to seek anything in particular. Just seek the experience of more, and you'll get there.
Many people think that the path of spirituality is very, very hard. So they don't even think of trying. Is it that hard?
Well, there are two main paths given to us. The way of Krishna is something that everyone can do. All we have to do is learn to love and accept. Don't fight anything in life. Only love and accept everything. The way of Shiva is you have to go to the jungle, you have to let go of your family. In that process of leaving your family, you're probably going to hurt some people, create a lot of karma, and keep your arm raised, do lots of fasting, do many different things. And this is also a path. But it's not something that most people will get fruits from. But we can all learn to love and accept. And this is one of the beautiful things that I've seen in India, is that there's this love and acceptance. The negative side to it is that everyone's living together because they love and accept them. But there's lots of drama going on. So many people are busy wasting time watching the Bollywood film on the screen. They're not enjoying this Bollywood film right here.
Yeah.
The drama's going, and if you take a step back, you become the observer. You don't get attached to the play.
This great movie of the divine.
This is just the divine play of consciousness. And in India, the divine play is always going on in such a dramatic way, such a beautiful way. If we can learn to take a step back and be the observer, then we can enjoy the play. Being the observer means seeing. And when you need to act, act consciously. But when we're attached to the play, we just constantly react, just like an animal. Animals only know reaction. They can't think and make a conscious choice of their own. But humans have this power. So we can all do as Krishna did and learn to love and serve and help others. But we shouldn't serve blindly. If we give to those in greed, we become responsible for their drinking. For anything that we give to them, whatever they're going to do with that, we become responsible for that. So,
Also, like, I'll interrupt. So, like, giving money to someone, giving alms, like, I used to think that it's a good thing. Like, whoever is asking for help, you just help him. Whoever is asking for money, just give money to
See,
that
this
person.
is the problem with belief systems. If we think that this is right, this is wrong, then we never get to assess each situation, and we constantly will start creating bad karma because of this. So we have to get out of beliefs, and we have to start stepping into awareness.
So there might be some situations where I shouldn't be helping people. I shouldn't be giving money.
You should always be helping people. But is money going to help them?
Oh, right.
There was one story of this great avatar. He came to this Baba and he said, "Please, Baba, stay with me, be with me, you're my God." And he said very firmly, "Was I not there when your father beat you, when your mother yelled at you and your father beat you? Was I not there?" So blessings come in many different forms. There's no such thing as curse. There's only blessings in this life. The only question is, can we see it? There's only blessings. So it's very important to use the power of being conscious to assess each situation and to give what is needed. Serve others, but serve them in the way that is needed. So many saints may act mad, many saints may smack, may yell at disciples just because that's what they need. Those saints that are at that great level, those ones that are at the avatar level, they can do anything because they know exactly what's needed for you. So serve others, but try to understand how to serve others. So if we give to those in greed, we become responsible for whatever they're doing with that. But if we give to those in need, they become more grateful, and gratefulness is the gateway to God. So we're serving others and helping them connect to God. And in America, they say that the eye is the gateway to the soul. Eyes are the gateway to the mind, and the mind is the gateway to the soul. The more the mind gets clean, the more of a portal it is to the soul. So just by looking in someone's eyes,
Get this. Like, the cleaner the mind,
the cleaner the mind is, the more it will reflect God, right?
yeah.
So all minds are putting on a play. As the karmas are different, we'll put on a different play, we'll put on a different show. Mind is just a mask. All the karmas create all the different kinds of masks. But once all the karma is gone, there's no mask. And we can play any role that is needed in each situation. So it's very important to learn to live consciously, do things consciously, not out of belief. Because if we believe that giving things to people is right, and then we give to those that are in greed, then we create bad karma. But also if we believe that we should only give food to people and not give money, then also this is not a good thing, because many people need money, and many times. In India, there's many different places that give you food. Food is not a problem. But money to take the bus, money to buy clean water, drinking water. So get rid of belief systems and learn to look into someone's eyes and trust the feeling. God is in all things, but he's accessed through feeling and through vision, through seeing. So unless we can see everything clearly, unless we have this open Agya Chakra and we can fully see things, go to the heart and learn to trust the feeling. If there's any kind of beliefs of right and wrong, of good and bad, if I have this belief that light-skinned people are bad, when I see a light-skinned person, then the fear will come up and I'll say, oh, maybe God's telling me he's not a good person. So this is why we have to get rid of our belief systems, because beliefs, this is the Ravan right here. This is the Ram. We have to get rid of all these belief systems and connect this confused one to the one which has no confusion at all, and learn to trust that inner voice, that inner feeling that we have. And we'll see, the magic happens in life.
So the question was, many people believe that the path of spiritual seeking is very difficult, but you explained that it's not.
Yeah, the two main paths, the one of Krishna, the one of Shiva. The one of Krishna, everyone can learn to love and serve and to help others, right?
Yeah.
The path of Shiva, though, going out to the jungle, renouncing all family, we don't know if it's good. It can work for many people, but in this world, what we need now is love. We need unity. We need to be together and to serve and to help other people.
So, may I ask you, what paths do you prefer, the Krishna path or the Shiva path? I think that may be an inappropriate question, because again, you are a person who always keeps his mind open, who doesn't form judgments easily. So I don't know whether it's the right question or not.
So I embrace all paths. I don't choose one. I walk the middle path. I embrace all. When there's a time to be in the jungle, then it's there. Phone is gone, everything's gone, only me and God in my faith. But when there's opportunities to serve other people, I'm also there in the world. I don't have to be in the jungle like Shiva. I don't have to be in the city like Krishna. I can, where whatever opportunities arise, if I can make improvements and serve others, help others make improvements, then I'm there.
All right. Go ahead. Keep saying things which benefit us all. Your experiences, your stories. Like you said one thing, it's very important to act consciously. But 99.9% of times we are acting habitually. Isn't that true?
So when we're acting consciously, this is known as sadhana. We're moving forward. We're making conscious decisions. We're creating our future. But karma's influence to pull us back in the past into habit. It's easy to fall back into habit. But what happens when we do easy things, the result is not what we like when we do easy things.
Right.
But when we do more difficult things, then the result can be better. So when we act consciously, when we do things consciously, then we'll see more positive results. If you try to cook food but you're not cooking consciously, you're always going to burn the food.
Right.
So when we do things consciously, we'll see good things happen.
So when I'm learning something, when I'm reading a book, when I'm trying to learn a lesson, the key is to be conscious.
When you read anything, it's very important to have a detachment from ego identity, so that you don't think I'm in this body reading this book. You become the story. You become a part of the book. And therefore you're able to experience, if you're reading Ramayana, you experience everything Ram has experienced, everything Hanuman has experienced. You experience all these different learning lessons. And through the experience, then we see these learning lessons and we're able to make spiritual progress by doing nothing but just sitting and reading. So stories are a very powerful thing. And the Bible only has one part where there's commandments. 10 Commandments is the only thing that says you have to do this. Everything else is just stories. And we see all these scriptures all around the world, so many stories. These stories, if we can loosely identify with the mind, we can become a part of the story. There's so much evolution we can make.
Right.
Just by reading a story and becoming part of that.
So further, like, what stories do we have which can benefit?
So for the Kali Yuga, the Bhagavad Gita is a very important one, because every day we have battles. Every day we have the decision, many opportunities in one day. We can decide to surrender to Ravan. Ravan wants what he can get quickly, what he can benefit from. But Ram wants how we can all benefit and we can all be happy. If you go to the store, you purchase something that you like. Is it going to make you happy? Or is it going to make you comfortable?
Comfortable.
In this world, happiness doesn't exist in this world. We can only get comfort. But if we buy whatever we wanted to buy for ourselves, we buy it for another person, because there's no kind of expectation. They get surprised and they get so happy. And when you see someone happy, you also become happy. So This is why it's very important to learn to serve others. This is the true way to happiness. Doing things for your own ego, your own satisfaction, your own Ravan is just going to make you more greedy. And when you become more greedy, eventually you're going to steal a pure one like Sita, and then you're going to get your head chopped off. Nobody wants to get their head chopped off. So listen to Ram in the heart. Listen to that purity within.
Service. Service is the gateway to happiness. Right. So, does this happiness have to do anything with enlightenment?
So there's many chakras in the body, but there's 7 main ones. And when you begin to open up the first chakra, you will experience infinite peace. When you open up the second chakra, you experience infinite pleasure. But these are both very limited, and we can easily get stuck in peace, which leads to comforts, physical comforts, and we're only aware of physical things. Or we could become conscious of the mind in the second chakra, where we experience pleasure. We start to become conscious of the mind, but we also attach to things which influence the experience of pleasure in the mind. So sweet foods, too much sex, anything that influences pleasure, we attach to this. But when the energy starts to move up the Manipur chakra, we experience this life, this inner fire, and this fire can burn up karmas. This fire it only goes higher, it only goes higher. Fire goes to the top, so it will burn everything up. So once we get the energy established in the Manipur chakra,
which is the second chakra.
The third chakra.
Manipur chakra is the third chakra.
It's the third chakra.
Okay.
Then the energy will naturally go up with ease. But energy can get stuck in the first 2 chakras. So as energy moves up, first we experience infinite peace from the Muladhara chakra. We experience infinite pleasure in the Svadhisthana chakra. And in the Manipur chakra, we experience infinite life. And when we experience this intense, strong energy, all of our fears, all of our worries, all of our doubts in ourselves, they all go away. Once you experience this infinite energy, you realize anything is possible. I can do anything. And so therefore all the other chakras will open up with ease. But when the energy moves into the Anahat chakra, then
the fourth one.
The heart chakra, then we experience everything as me. I am everything, everything is me. There's no separation between me and everything you can think of, everything you perceive. And so when it reaches the Anahat chakra, this is the first stage of enlightenment. We experience...
So when I say, like, I see myself in everything, so is it like I see myself in inanimate things as well?
Anything you can think of, you'll see yourself in this when the heart chakra fully opens. But this is just the first stage of enlightenment. This is what I would consider Krishna consciousness, everythingness. Then when the energy goes to the throat chakra, then you start to speak the truth. You become a powerful leader. And you can also be a great spiritual leader as well, because you're speaking only the truth. You don't tell lies. Then when the energy goes to the Agya chakra, then we start to see things clearly. But still, we only see an image frame. We cannot see the whole universe. So still it is limited. But many siddhis come, you can see what someone has done in the past, what they're doing now. You can see many different kinds of things. But these siddhis generally aren't going to benefit anyone. So you have to go higher. And then the 7th chakra is Sahasrara chakra. And when we open this up, we'll experience nothingness. I connect this to Shiva consciousness, nothingness. In nothingness, everything is, because nothing is 2 words. No thing. Thing is something with borders and boundaries. You can think of it, you can imagine it, but no thing is unthinkable. So therefore, no thing is everything. But the experiences of the heart and the Sahasrara are both opposite, but they're both infinite experiences. So once we have all these experiences, then we would say enlightenment is there.
So like in your journey of spiritual seeking, do you think your energy is moving up the chakras? Like, have you opened your first chakra, the second chakra, or the third chakra?
So when we surrender ourselves to God, then naturally the chakras which have the least amount of karmas, they will open up first, and we will experience the qualities of those lights. But most people on this planet have reincarnated many lifetimes. Most people at least thousands of lifetimes. Some people millions of lifetimes. Few others billions of lifetimes. So all these lifetimes of creating karma, these blockages, these karmas can be very heavy and difficult to burn off. So enlightenment is not something to look for in this lifetime. But the first step is self-realization. If you go to the Guru, and the Guru has one power to remove your karmas, then he can take this off temporarily so that you experience the self, you experience God. And then through this experience, your whole life will change. When you realize I'm not body, I'm not mind, I'm not the clouds of the mind, I'm that light, I'm that love, I'm that clarity, then all we're going to do is live in love, live in clarity, live in truth, live in peace, live in joy, live in life, live in love. We're going to live in these things. And as we live in these things, we practice more and more and more. But until we have that experience that we are that light, we're only trying, but we go back into old ways. Once you realize your true nature, then you follow that. So self-realization for me is instant. From my experience, it's instant. All you have to do is surrender yourself. When God sends a guru in your life, all you have to do is just fully surrender yourself. You don't have to touch anyone's feet. You don't have to kiss anyone's feet, wash anyone's feet. All you have to do is fully surrender yourself. And once you do that, then the magic will happen. But enlightenment takes a lot of sadhana. Guru gives you the glimpse. Guru gives you that divine experience. But then for permanent results, you have to do sadhana. No guru is going to do the work for you. You have to do it.
Right. So my question stays, like in your journey of spiritual seeking, what are the chakras you feel have opened up?
So when laughing comes easy, when smiling becomes easy, if you enjoy singing, then the second chakra is open. This was the first thing for me that was open. I remember when I was younger, I would always laugh and giggle. I would enjoy watching comedy. And when I first started doing my sadhana, after I left my family, and I was doing some strict kind of sadhana, the way of Shiva, I was detaching from everything. I was living in the world, but I was not in the world. Mentally, I was not in the world. I was beyond. I was somewhere else. So when I was doing this sadhana, the first strange thing that started happening was I would just start laughing and laughing and laughing and laughing and laughing. And then after a few minutes, I would think, people must think I'm crazy. And then I'm thinking, why am I laughing? When the second chakra opens up, you feel this intense joy. And when that intense joy is there, that laughter just comes automatically as a result.
So it's the opening of chakras may not be in the same sequence.
No.
Like it may not start with one and then it goes to 2, 3, 4.
No. So every mind is generally attached more to the feminine nature or attached to the masculine nature more. So the chakras have opposing qualities. So the Muladhara chakra, this is where infinite strength is. When this chakra fully opens up, then you'll be able to you can lift up buildings just with your pinky. You don't even have to use your pinky. You can just lift up just by your own mental strength. So this is a masculine quality. Then the second chakra, it's a feminine quality. Joy and pleasure. And what does man experience most through union with a woman, through sex? It's pleasure, right?
Right.
So the woman is the experience of pleasure, gives the man the experience of pleasure. But man is serious, man is strong, man is firm. And so the Manipura goes back to masculine. There's this intense fire. Fire is masculine. Then you go to the heart, love. This is feminine. You go to the throat. This is masculine. All these leaders in this world, most of them are men, right?
Yeah.
Because of this power center. Their speech is powerful. So people say, okay, he can be the leader. And then Agya Chakra, feminine, and Sahasrara Chakra is beyond masculine or feminine. No identity. So when we're attached to the feminine energies, it's easy to open up first the second chakra, then the heart chakra. And the first chakra is about passion. Passion is what can I get? Then the second step is going to compassion, from passion to compassion. Compassion is how can we all benefit? Passion is pleasure for me. Compassion is pleasure for all. So as you see, the chakras are all linked with each other. But if we're attached to the masculine or attached to the feminine, then those chakras will be able to work with most easily.
Right. So, like, my question was, what are the chakras which you feel have opened up?
So for me, the first thing that opened was the second chakra. Then after practicing meditation for 4 to 5 years, I developed concentration. And when I was ready, I met the Guru, and the Guru opened everything up temporarily. And so the second chakra is already there. And now the fourth chakra.
The heart chakra.
The heart chakra. There's a lot of work to be done. Always work to be done. Never think you have mastered anything.
Right.
Always be humble and see the progress that you have to make. Never think you have mastered, you have fully opened one thing.
Yes. Right. So this is a work in progress.
Mm.
You never reach the end. You never reach...
The Guru will give you the glimpse, but after you have the glimpse, then everything becomes clear. But you have to do the work. You have to do your sadhana. And through sadhana, we'll see permanent results. But depending on how strong the karmas are, and depending on your goal, whether you want to stay here and serve people, become the siddha, become the avatar one day or one life, or you want to go back moksha, go back one with God, dissolve all karmas, then the path will be easy or a longer process. But when we learn to live in love, it's a beautiful thing. When we have no expectations, then we understand that this body will die. Mind doesn't suffer because body's in pain.
So my question is, do you think there are great saints on the planet? And where do you think are these great saints? In which country?
So, India is the land of mystics, of saints. You hear of many saints, many miracles happening through saints, only in India. Back in the days, in the Bible, there was Jerusalem, there are many different places of saints doing miracles. But in today's age, you only hear this happening in India. So, if you're interested in the spiritual path, you'll be pulled towards India. And once you experience India for the first time, you'll never want to leave. And if you do have to leave, you'll come back. If you're really serious about the spiritual path, you'll come back to India. Because this is the nation that supports all paths of life. You want to do physical work? Okay, you can get a job the same day. If you want to renounce your family, people don't want it, but they'll accept it. They'll come to accept it. Because this is a very open country. There are many different paths you can follow. Many opportunities available in India. Everywhere else in the world is just money. Only money. Nothing else. So in India, there's many opportunities and wonderful place.
So, do we have great saints on the planet now? Some of them, like, if you know, where do they live and what are their names? Are you one of them?
There's a divine plan. There's a divine plan. We have to understand this. Don't force anything in life. Let things happen naturally. I had learned of many saints, watched many different videos of saints, and they helped take me to the next level. But when I came to India, I didn't meet them. I had no plans of meeting them. So I just surrendered to God. I said, hey, if you want me to meet a great saint, I'll do this. So everything happened spontaneously. When I met the first saint, I just surrendered myself fully. And he told me one thing. I took in that message. And when I accepted the message, then the miracle happened through this. So, but still mind is not satisfied. Mind always wants more, wants more, wants more. So then I began to waste time. I started doing research for a guru, one saint online, and I met the saint, nothing happened. I met another saint, nothing happened. So it's very important to understand that the best things in life, what you truly want, will unfold naturally when you're ready for it. It will be given to you. And it will be given to you in a strange way, but you have to just keep an open mind. You don't have to go out of your way. If you go out of your way for anything, that means you're trying to make things happen. So there are many great saints in this Kali age. We have to get rid of all judgments because many saints, they're at another level. They're just at maybe they're at the first level. We shouldn't judge them. Some saints, they haven't had spiritual experiences, but they've done asana and they see that it's helped them with some physical problems. So he's at the first stage. Congratulate him. Maybe he's mastered the first stage. So don't judge anyone. When I had this divine experience, one of the first things I realized was that there's no difference between the beggar and the rich man in this world. There's no difference between anyone. As long as God is keeping them alive, they have a purpose. So we shouldn't judge anyone. Get rid of all judgments and just be open. If God sends a guru into your life, maybe someone invites you, oh, you should meet the saint. For me, that's what happened. I went to Rishikesh. I didn't realize I was going to Rishikesh. But the person said, you should go to Rishikesh. So I said, okay, I'll go. Then I stayed in a hotel. I met one man and he suggested you should meet the saint. So I said, okay. And everything happened just by keeping an open mind. I thought maybe this is a good opportunity. But when I met the saint, I never had any expectations of what can I get to the saint, get from the saint. I was only focused on giving myself fully, surrendering myself, surrendering mind, ego, identity, surrendering it to the guru. No need to bow down. But if you have strong ego and you don't want to bow down, maybe it's a good thing to get rid of the ego. Right?
Bow down.
Yes. But we shouldn't do anything out of habit, out of belief. We should do everything consciously. When we do things consciously, we will see magic happens. When we do things habitually, you can do all the mantras in the world, you'll never reach the truth. So do things consciously. Learn to live consciously. And you'll see, magic will happen.
So we'll wrap up this talk and we'll be doing this many times more. Right?
As you like. You're happy, I'm happy.
If you are happy, I am happy. So before we wrap up, anything you want to say?
Many people in India, bodies in India, but minds in America. Let me tell you, America is a place that looks nice. Streets don't have all this dust. The roads aren't so bumpy. But it's no different between the person who wears makeup. It looks nice, but when she takes the makeup off, you see her true colors. So if you want a place that looks pretty, but isn't beneath the surface, it's very dirty, it's very messy. America is a good place. If you like this artificial stuff, America's a good place. But India, if you enjoy freedom, if you enjoy seeing things as they are, not getting something different, India is the best place. So be grateful that you're in this place where there's so many opportunities. From the lowest to the highest, you have all opportunities available in India. So become grateful and use these opportunities to your advantage. Whatever you want physical things, there's many opportunities to do things in India. You can own a store just by having 1 lakh rupees, right?
Yeah.
You can pay for your first month's rent. You can buy all the supplies for your store just with 1 lakh. But in America, you need crores of rupees. You need millions of dollars to own a store. So there are more opportunities available in India. Just open up your eyes, become conscious, become aware of the opportunities available, and go for these things. If you want to get a higher paying job, you have to do more work. You can't expect to be lazy and to get paid good. And even if you want to go to America, most Indians, they try to get a job, they'll get fired the same day, because in India, you relax, you take off when you like. People are more flexible with you in India. If you want to take off, you want to see your family, people are very flexible. If you want to even sleep at work, this opportunity is also available in India. But in America, people are very strict. So India, there are great opportunities available. But the most important thing is the love and the Hindu Dharma. It's alive in India. So it's a great place to live in. Many opportunities available. In America, everything's black and white. If you have the right profession, you could get a big paycheck, but is it worth having a dharmic people who are only focused on themselves? Is it worth that? To have that energy? You have the paycheck, but also to have this negative kind of energy.
All around.
Because in America, people are taught to be selfish. You get kicked out at 18 years old, you have to become focused on only yourself. So in India, there's the spirit of love, and such a beautiful place.
So with the promise that if possible, we'll be doing these talks many times more. So that's it for today. Be grateful, be happy, experience joy, keep yourself open. So am I saying the right things?
There is no right, there is no wrong. Just let it flow.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.